Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. What do we say when we want to start a story? Once upon a time. Very good. Once upon a time. Yes. All right. Everybody, I want you to repeat after me. Once upon a time. Ready? Repeat. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Our story starts. Yes, very good. All right. Now, today's story is about a little girl and an animal. An animal. Does anybody know what animal this story is about? What animal? Yes?
A bear.
A bear? No. Another animal?
A bear.
A what? A wolf. Yes, very good. A wolf. Good, a wolf. And what sound does a wolf make? Ooh, very good. Can I hear it louder? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good. Yes, this story is about a big, bad, scary wolf. Ow! Ready, everybody? Ow! Yes. And a little girl. Does anybody know what the little girl's name is? Little Red Riding Hood. Good. Repeat. Good. Yes. And would you like to meet Little Red Riding Hood? Would you like to see her? Yes? Yes? All right. Hello! Yes. Wow. Yes. Isn't she beautiful? Yes. Little Red Riding Hood. This is Little Red Riding. Can you say hello? Hello? Hello. Yes, Little Red Riding. And Little Red Riding Hood was a very, very happy girl. What do you do when you're happy? When you're happy, what do you like to do when you're happy? Do you like to smile? Yeah, and to laugh? Yes, to laugh and to la 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 la. Sing, yes, to sing. Yes, and Little Red Riding Hood was very happy. So she decided to take a walk through the forest to visit. Who was she going to visit? Does anybody know? Her grandma. Yes, Little Red Riding Hood was going to visit her grandma. Yes, grandma. Everybody say hello, grandma. Hi, how are you? Oh, and grandma was very, very old. Yes, she was very old. And she had big glasses and she couldn't see very well. But she was waiting for Little Red Riding Hood to arrive with a big basket of food, right? A big basket of food, yes. And in this basket, let's see, we had, anybody know what this is? What's this? A pineapple, yes, we had a pineapple. We have some cheese. Good. We have a green apple, yes. And we have hamburger. Well, you know, a hamburger, yeah. All right. So, she took all the food and she was going to bring the food to her grandma. And she was walking through the forest, and she was very happy, and she was skipping and dancing and singing. La 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 la. Can you sing with me? Sing with Little Red Riding Hood. Ready? La 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 la. Yes, and she was very happy. La 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 la. And she was taking her time, and she stopped to smell the flowers. Yes, she stopped to smell the flowers. And it was such to smell the flowers. And she was having such a fun time in the forest. It was such a beautiful, beautiful day. And she was walking and singing, la 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 la, smelling the flowers. But then it started to get dark. Dark, yes, it started to get dark. And it was nighttime. And out came the moon, yes, the moon. The moon came out, and the forest was dark. And she started to hear animals in the forest. First, she heard some crickets. Crickets. You know what crickets sound like? What do crickets do? Everybody, can you sound like crickets? Ready? Go. Yes, yes. And she also heard an owl. An owl. Yes, what does an owl say? Woo, woo, woo. Yes, you repeat. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Woo, woo. Very good, very good. Then she heard some frogs. Frogs. What do frogs say? Croak, croak, ribbit, ribbit. Yes, ready? We say ribbit, ribbit, croak. Ribbit, ribbit, croak. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ribbit, ribbit, croak. Ribbit, ribbit, croak. Yes. And then she heard the scariest animal in all the forest. What do you think it was? It was a big, bad wolf. Yes. And the wolf came out, and Little Red Riding Hood was walking along the forest. And suddenly, the wolf jumped out, and he said, "Hello, little girl." The wolf was always very, very hungry. Yes. Oh, he had an insatiable appetite. He loved to eat and eat and eat and eat, and he could eat all day, and he was never full. No. He was always hungry. So, the wolf saw Little Red Riding Hood, and he said, she looks delicious. And he started to rub his paws together. And he said, "Hello, little girl. Where are you going?" And Little Red Riding Hood said, "I'm going to visit my grandma." And the wolf saw the basket of food. He saw Little Red Riding Hood, and he had an idea. He said, I have a plan. So the wolf said, "Okay, bye-bye, little girl." And he ran off, and he took a shortcut to Grandma's house. Now, Little Red Riding Hood, she continued walking through the forest, happy and singing, la 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 la. But the wolf had already arrived at Grandma's house. And the wolf knocked on the door. Can you knock with me? Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yes. And Grandma opened the door and she said, "Hello? Who's there?" And the wolf said, "It's me, your granddaughter, Little Red Riding Hood." Now, Grandma couldn't see very well, right? So she looked and she said, "Little Red, is that you?" And the wolf said, "Uh-huh, yeah, it's me." Grandma opened the door, and the wolf opened his mouth. Can you open your mouth? Open your mouth. Go, ah. You, open your mouth. Ah. Oh, very, scary, yeah. And he opened his mouth, and he had Grandma in his belly. Oh. He ate Grandma up in one gulp. But the wolf was still hungry. He was still hungry. So he decided to disguise himself, to pretend like he was, he decided to pretend he was Grandma. So he put on a blanket over his head and he waited and he laughed. "I'll wait here until Little Red Riding Hood arrives." And he waited. After a while, he heard a knock. Yes, can you knock with me? Ready? 1, 2, 3. Knock. On the door. He opened the door and Little Red Riding Hood was there. So, Little Red Riding Hood came in and she said, "Hello, Grandma, hello." And she gave her grandma the basket of food. And Grandma smelled the food. And Grandma Grandma ate all the food in 1 second. She ate it all up. Yum, yeah, yummy, yummy. And Little Red Riding Hood was so surprised. She said, "Oh!" She was so surprised. She said, "Oh, Grandma, how hungry you are." And Grandma said, "Yes, I'm still a little hungry." "Little Red, come here. Come closer." Little Red Riding Hood got closer, and she said, "Grandma, wow, what big," what are these? What are these? Eyes. Good. "What big eyes you have." Oh, yes. And Grandma laughed. "The better to see you with." And Little Red looked closer. She looked closer. And she said, "Grandma, what big ears. Yes, what big ears you have." And Grandma laughed. "The better to hear you with." And Little Red got a little closer, and she looked, and she said, "Grandma, what big
teeth you have." And the wolf threw off the blanket and he laughed. "Ha ha ha ha! Oh, the better to eat you with." And he started to chase Little Red Riding Hood, and he chased her around, and he chased her. Oh, and she was running and running and running. But suddenly, from the woods, we heard the call of a lumberjack. Was a big, strong, ta-da! Strong, right? Yeah, those muscles. Well, more or less. And the lumberjack said, "Stop, wolf!" Everybody repeat, "Stop, wolf!"
Stop, wolf!
And the wolf said, "I'm not afraid of you." And the wolf came, and the lumberjack was going to punch the wolf. But the wolf ate the lumberjack. Now, Little Red Riding Hood was all alone, and she didn't know what to do. She was so scared. She said, "Oh, I've got to think of something. I've got to think of something." Then she remembered her secret weapon. Does anybody know what Little Red Riding Hood's secret weapon was? It was flower power. Yes. She remembered that the wolf was allergic to pollen. Yeah, everybody's allergic these days. So she took her flower and she went, "Wolf, stay back." And the wolf started to tear up. "No, not flowers." And she got closer with the flower, and the wolf was very nervous, and he was running, and he started to sorry about that. Yeah. And he started to sneeze. Achoo, 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 achoo. And she chased the wolf off, and boom. And she saved herself and the whole town from the wolf forever. And that's how Little Red Riding Hood became the heroine of the forest. And she lived happily ever after. The end. Let's have some applause for Little Red and the Cur. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye. See you next time. Bye-bye.